nii, tere pealelõunat kõigile. Meie paus on läbi saamas ja liigume oma webinariga edasi. Kell on 12:50 ja päevakava järgi on meil nüüd kavas esitlus jätkusuutliku linnalise piirkonna majandusmudeli kohta, ehk siis inglise keeles Rural-urban symbiosis model. Ja selle ettekande teeb meile Fredrikstadist Magdalena Evertsen. So, Magdalena, are you here?
Hello. Yes, I'm here. I'm ready.
Very good, very good. And nice to hear you. Nice to see you soon. Let's move forward, and the floor is yours, Magdalena.
Thank you very much. I will share my screen. I hope you can hear me and see me now.
Yeah, it's okay. All is working well. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome everyone to my presentation about rural-urban symbiosis model and collaboration between rural and urban areas. My name is Magdalena Edvardsen. I am a special advisor in Fredrikstad municipality in Norway, and I work also on the TREASoURcE project on the work package 5, which is about bio-based waste streams to use for fertilizers and biogas. So I will focus mostly on that today, but not only. So why does the rural-urban symbiosis matter? As you may have heard, in 2008, for the first time in human history, the global urban population surpassed the rural population. And it is estimated that by the 2050, nearly 2/3 of the world population will reside in urban areas. It is actually opportunity for the economic prosperity and economic growth, but also increase pressure on the resources, infrastructure, and the environment. And this is why it's important to discuss. Today, I want to talk about what the rural-urban symbiosis actually is, the definition and key challenges. I want to show you how you can optimize the regional resource utilization, how you can use the resources you have in the region. I can present some examples of business models for a local collaboration from the Fredrikstad municipality. And of course, I will present how we design the rural-urban symbiosis model, although it's not finalized yet, so we are still working on the model. Actually, the rural and urban pressure and unbalanced is recognized in the Sustainable Development Goals, in the Goal 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. Actually, Target 11A is regarding the support, positive economic, social, and environmental links between urban, peri-urban, and rural areas by strengthening national and regional development planning. It's actually about integrated urban planning, sustainable transport, waste management, disaster resilience, and capacity building. And one of the goals is actually to ensure balanced territorial development. This is what we are doing in the project. But what is the rural-urban symbiosis actually? Symbiosis between rural and urban areas refers to multidimensional interaction that benefits both parties, and the system cannot function without each other. So the symbiosis is vital for the society. And actually, it's multidimensional system, so it has a lot of key components, which include food production and agriculture, energy and resource exchange, waste management, infrastructure and mobility of society, and technology and digitalization. And today I will focus on waste management because this is the most relevant topic in the project. Here you can see the more visualization of the symbiosis. As you can see, it focuses on resource exchange, both minerals, soil, water, wood-based products, but of course energy, waste, and of course also residents that as area of living, you can live in urban areas, rural areas, of course, but also tourism. So it's multi-dimensional system. But the system has some challenges, which I present now. The first of most important maybe is food waste and loss. It's a very important resource that we are losing. And on this chart, you can see the comparing of residual waste analysis that we have done in Fredrikstad municipality. And the first chart is before we introduce the source separation of food waste. So it's residual waste components without source separation containers that are provided here in municipality. And the green color represents food. So it's 41.9% of food in the residual waste. And when we introduce the source separation, we hope that it will decrease a lot, but unfortunately, there is still 30% of food included in the residual waste, which means it's only 10% reduction, and we are not happy about these results. So we are planning the campaign about the food segregation or recycling and information to the residents. Other challenge is infrastructure and logistic. The existing biogas infrastructure at Frevar. Frevar is our waste management company here in municipality, and the infrastructure is operating near the capacity, limiting potential of expansion. Current upgrading facilities to upgrade the raw biogas to methane and use for the transportation cannot handle increased production without investment in capacity expansion. And is the lack of biogas refueling station that limit the large-scale adaptation to transport sector. This is also challenges here in Fredrikstad municipality. Next example is that market and industrial integration. We have a Öra industrial site, which you can see here is the map of the site. It is actually a collection of all the, not all, but many companies from the municipality are collected in one place, in one area. And it's actually, they represent industrial symbiosis as well, because they exchange the resources. And they consume 270 gigawatt hours of natural gas annually. So it's a very good opportunity to use or to reduce the use of natural gas for biogas. But this transition to biogas requires technological adaptations, which we don't have yet. And this is the limitation. And many businesses are also ensured to switch to biogas because of the uncertain supply chains and fluctuating biogas availability. So in the future, it's unsure how many biogas we are able to produce. And the last but not least, political and economical barriers. The economic viability of biogas is threatened by high production cost compared to fossil fuels. Competition for natural gas remaining an issue, and industries still prioritize cheaper fossil alternatives over biogas. And government initiatives are necessary but often lack long-term stability. These are the key challenges in the collaboration between rural and urban areas. I will present now some ideas on opportunities how to use the resources. Here is a bit complicated chart, but it represents how all the food resources, food waste, and how the ideas or the known system how to use them. So what are most common in municipality is, of course, biogas production. Biogas can be used in the produce of growing medium, soil improvement. The digestate, of course, can go for this production. And CO2, of course, for the greenhouse use, and biogas, of course, as a fuel. Composting can go to the growing medium and fertilizer production, and is actually not against the Norwegian law to use food waste for energy utilization, but as you could see in the chart, there is still a lot of food waste in the residual waste, so it's included here as a heat and electricity production, but it's of course not preferable use of food waste. But another a bit above here on the chart is insects production that we actually have here in Fredrikstad municipality that I can show you soon on the business model examples. But of course, the easiest maybe is to use the surplus food for redistribution as a human food. And here on the next slide, I have I can summary of how we can use, of course, waste, but I'm sure you're aware of waste hierarchy. That first is the most preferable is to not produce the waste at all, but the best use of is for human consumption, animal feed, then material recycling, nutrition recycling, and less preferable is energy recovery and disposal. But here you can see from the chart, insects production is here in the high valuable products as material recycling, but it can go up for the animal feed as well. It can be used in animal feed, biogas production, nutrition recycling, or energy recovery. So it's just a summary of the previous chart. But here I want to give you some examples of business models that we have here in Fredrikstad municipality on the real examples and businesses. So the first one is Den magiske fabrikken in Norwegian, which is magical factory, because they use all the resources. This is biogas plant. They use all the resources they get and provide the resources. Their circular system is actually better visualized here. They are getting food waste from the municipality and manure, provide or produce biogas, upgrading the biogas for the transportation, but also use the CO2 in their greenhouse where they grow tomatoes, and the digestate for grow medium production and sell to, or I'm not sure if they sell or they just give to the farmers that provide the manure, but it's the circular production here. The second example of the business model or example of the resource use is this vertical farming that are getting more and more popular here, where people from the urban areas grow their vegetables in the vertical structures. This produced reducing the transportation cost and emissions. So it's we are working with Norwegian University of Life Sciences on this concept, and it's getting very much focus now. The next is about the production of the animal food from the insects production. The insect is black soldier fly. It's actually tropical species that is not. They are not here in Norway, and I have been told that if they will go out, or it will be leakage or something that they can go outside, they will die at once. This was a bit concerning here for a municipality, how it will be with the foreign species. But of course, this is not dangerous apparently. But the business that we are here in Fredrikstad municipality, they use organic waste from hotels and restaurants and farmers, and use for larve production, and the frass, I think it is manure from the larves, are used for compost and biofertilizer, and the larve is I think dried and used as animal feed for the chickens. This is another example, and last but not least, the example that we have seen getting more popular, the digital marketplaces and food sharing platforms, like as Nora showed you earlier before today, the marketplaces where you can redistribute the food or waste. It's also, we have here this business in municipality. Okay, but how we design the rural-urban symbiosis model, how to do that? There are so many ways probably, but we have chosen to first we have to decide to whom we develop the model, and the model is for municipalities and other public actors, companies and cooperators, and why it is supposed to be a helpful tool for reflection of own resources and areas, easy to access and use, and it is combination of existing best practices. This is the idea of the model. We done some stakeholder mapping at the beginning of the work, because we had to know who we should connect to, and we done this in 4 levels. First, listing relevant groups or organization, then understanding how stakeholder what is their interest, perspectives and influence, visualizing relationship between stakeholders and key objectives, and ranking the stakeholders by relevance and identifying key issues. And the most important stakeholders for us is the government's representatives, both national and local. They have the largest potential of strengthening urban-rural symbiosis. Non-government stakeholders like academia, like University of Life Sciences, support evidence-based decision-making with scientific methods. Civil society organization should defend environmental, social, and economic issues of matter to society. And of course, very important stakeholder, private sector. They provide 90% of employment in developing world. One important note is to include also rural stakeholders, because I have been told and read some places that traditionally they are excluded of this involvement because of the misconceptions that they have a limited political influence and they are not that relevant, but it is a very important role they have. They have a lot of expertise and can provide a lot of knowledge how to develop the model. So we start the first version of the rural-urban symbiosis model was based on the business model canvas that provide the structure framework to capture key elements. And to future refine and optimize the model, we organized a collaborative workshop bringing together key stakeholders. This session was designed to critically evaluate the model, gather diverse perspectives, and incorporate insight of its improvement. So here are we gathered and working on the model. And based on the feedback gathered during the workshop, we made several adjustments to the model. These changes were aimed to better illustrating the symbiosis and interconnections between the key components. And the big reveal. Now, here is the model like it is for now, but it's not the final version. We have still some months to work on that, and we have still some steps to go through. But for now, the model include 4 elements that we think are important to consider making this business models or collaborative models. Resources to be aware of the identify the available biomasses and biowaste, make the regional characteristic, include resources, also human resources, who is going to work on that, who is going to be included. Then market analyze, market trends and signals, competition, cooperation, networks, customer segmentation, risk assessment. Next, you can also think on who can support your ideas, procurement support. The local authorities can work on procurement support, of course, increase awareness campaigns, provide visibility of circular economy, promote collaboration, connect stakeholders. But also regulations. Regulations are more like limitation, maybe sometimes, that you have to consider, require political actions, regional and local, on the regional and local level, land use planning to support business needs, infrastructure, logistic, energy, water, waste management, and update strategy for circular economy. This is how it looks like now, but we have still some way to go. And next steps, we will look even closely on each element of the model and explore the possibility of incorporating their source flow to provide a more comprehensive representation of interactions. And we want to collaborate even stronger with the Norwegian University of Life Sciences, because they have a lot of expertise that we need. This is actually everything that I have. Thank you very much for your attention. I will stop sharing.
Thank you very much, Magdalena. Is there any question from audience? If you have, please raise your hand or write a chat. But meanwhile, I have some questions.
Yes.
And one question is, who is the initiator of this model? Is this municipality of Fredrikstad? Yeah.
Yes. I work in municipality, and this is our task in the project. So we are initiator. We are collecting the stakeholders, and it's maybe, I would say, it's easy for us because we have many connections, and it's institution that has the responsibility to do this kind of activities. So it's much easier. But in the project, we are cooperating also with county, which is above us, and they are also working on the model with us. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But how big is the role of a municipality in local economy? I mean, are you managing waste management part, or are you owning this biogas plant, or in what extent you can impact on such a model, or it's mostly up to private companies?
Yeah, there are different business models also about biogas plants. We have 3 biogas plants here in municipality. One is for a waste management company, which is owned by municipality. So you can see it's ours. And one is the Boregor, which is private company. They have their own biogas plant. And one is the more for education of the students in the one of the high school, agriculture high school, how to say. And so this is I'm aware of, but of course they are coming as smaller biogas plants that are more for private use, a smaller scale, and in the private public partnerships they are also cooperating on that. But in our area, we are collaborating with other municipalities that are around us. They have the same challenges. So how we can influence, yeah, I would say in the collaboration with other municipalities, we can even more influence the biogas production and awareness and this resource flow. So it's all about the collaboration.
Mm-hmm. But as you already started the process, what is the interest from private sector for such a model?
Yeah, they are interested in maybe not exactly the model, but they want to have some supervising how they can collaborate better, how they can get rid of the food waste, for example. That's why the model will help. It's mostly, I will say, mostly for public, maybe authorities to have a control over their resources, but also for private companies to know where they can go to get help. For example, the business model about this black soldier fly. It is this is private based company which is growing the larvae, and they needed to get very good overview of the resources from the municipality who produce the food waste, which kind of restaurants and hotels produce the most food waste that they can collect for the flies. So and this we are sitting on this data that they need, and the data is actually collected from the project. So this is why we are doing this analysis.
Very good. Thank you. We have a question from Elisaveta and then Tõnis.
Yes. Hello,
Yes, hi.
Elisaveta.
Hi. Thank you for presentation. I was actually about to ask about those insects, so I did not really get the full picture. Maybe you can go over those practical examples that you had and present once again.
Yeah,
especially for the insects part. That was interesting, but I did not understand how it worked. That was the first question, and the second comment is more just like a suggestion. So you have this model, like a theoretical one, and maybe you will do that in some time future, but I'm thinking that it would be good to have those practical examples right after you present the model. Like you describe the theoretical model saying that, okay, we have to look at those regulations and we have to, which are limitations, right? So, and we have to look at the market and we have to look at some other key components. And then you sort of, you say this is theoretical base, and then you open it up in a very practical example. So that would be interesting, but this is just a suggestion for the future. So
yeah, I feel I'm not ready yet to go in deep of this model because we have still some work to do.
Yes,
and
sure.
This I want to go out and ask the other stakeholders what they think about the model, how we can improve this in more practical way. and maybe make some adjustments, and then I can present the model as a more functional in practical way model. So this I am aware of the need, but it's not yet. I don't feel yet competent enough to show the model finalized. But about this business model. So I am in contact with the owner of the company working on that. And the most important thing for him is to collect organic waste stream from the local from the region. So he asked me to provide the overview of the restaurants and hotels because this is the organic waste that he's growing the larvae of the black soldier flies on, and when they will get the stadium of their life, like right before they will be a poop, they will be dried out and used as a feed for the chickens, I think. And the rest, the digestive, or not digestive, but the manure or the frass from the larvae, we are planning to use in the biogas plant in the Frevar, in municipality-owned biogas plant. So this is actually the model. He's selling the larvae for the farmers, and also as to fishes as a fish, both the aquarium fishes and for fishermen, or how to say, in the more like recreation activity. But is there anything you want to ask me about? What is the most like? Maybe,
no, I think that was good. Thanks. I think we can go to another question in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, we have one question in the chat, and then I have also some questions more. But Dennis asked, what is the main reason why the separate collection of food waste progress so slowly? Is it just an awareness issue, or are there some technical reasons as well?
Yeah, good question. Very good question. We have discussed this a lot as well. And we hope that this is awareness, that the campaign about the information how to sort the food waste is the most important. And also the awareness of where this food waste go. Because I think it's a very common misconception that people think that this is used for energy utilizing, like we will burn this out, everything, so nobody cares why we have to separately collected the food waste. So it's very important to tell them that we are actually using the food waste for biogas production, which will help us with transportation and energy and all this system that people are not aware of. So I think it's about awareness the most, because we don't have, for now, there is still capacity to collect the food waste from the municipalities, not technical limitation, technological limitation. It's more awareness, I will hope. So intensive discussion. I am so happy.
Yeah, sure. It's a very, very interesting topic, and it's quite relevant, because when we drafted our regional circular economy plan, this was also one important topic, how to create symbiosis business models, and it will take time. Of course, private companies already have some kind of symbiosis models anyway, but we see great potential there to use more wisely regional resources, and not to look only on maybe on one municipal level, but in more widely on regional level or something like this. And there are a lot of opportunities here. And of course, today we are discussing just one part. This is bio-waste, and there are other topics as well, as you mentioned already before. One question is when your model will be ready?
Yeah, we have a deadline for deliverable in May. So I hope in around May I will be more ready to show this in practical way. And collect information from stakeholders and make them comment on the model and about their needs as well. So more in practical way. So yeah, May, June, maybe.
Okay, very good. Because why I am asking, one thing is of course to introduce in more widely in Estonia as well, but I think it would be quite good tool for Estonian regions, also for municipalities, as a maybe as a role model or something like that. At least to get the ideas from there, and when they are developing regional development plans or energy plans or something like this. And
I'm very open for collaboration. All the insights, discussion, expertise. We are very welcome to hear all the suggestions for the improvement of the model.
Yeah, it would be good, and some more that if there will be included also already existing business models. It's very important to have something touchable and tangible and to show it's really working. It's a good thing. Very good. Yeah, it's very exciting, and just for your information, that something similar in terms of larves is planned in island Saaremaa in Estonia. It's our biggest island, and they are also thinking how to grow larves for fish food and fish feed, and yeah, and there is something also on the planning, but not ready yet.
It's actually a very interesting topic, because the business model we have here, they are using the larves for chickens and turkey, I think, but not fishes, although Norway is known for aquaculture. So it will be most natural to think that we use this for fish. But as I understood by the owner of this company with the insect production, he cannot for now this is not competitive, this larve industry, because the network of aquaculture production and salmon production is so strong that it's difficult to get attention for different products, because they are using some other material. I'm not sure what is the feed of the salmon produced of, but they have very strong connections with each other. So if you're coming with some innovative product, it's difficult to get attention because of that. So, but it's probably a matter of time.
Yeah, sure. And I think from other end, it's those aqua farms need also very correct flow of those feed and certain amounts and so on. And I think it's very important for them to have good feed, and this is maybe one reason why they are a bit hesitating. Yeah, very good. And one just a small remark for final. It's very impressive, at least for me, was this part where you told about the usage of CO2. And this is also a source. Usually maybe we don't recognize that this is also useful and for growing tomatoes or something else. And it's a very interesting point, and I think in the future CO2 will be also used more widely. It's more so that thanks to this energy policies, we need to in the future maybe to capture CO2 from air, and then we can use it for farming, for example.
It's actually very fun to see that the magical factory, this is actually their name, they are operating very circular. Nothing is wasted. So they're growing tomatoes and selling them as well. So it's fun, but I know that it's still not economically profitable. Like they are still not earning enough like they wish. So it's not still the biogas production and all the circularity is not exactly economically profitable.
It takes time, I guess, a bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Magdalena.
Thank you for
it was
interesting
very
discussion.
Interesting. Yeah. Thank you for coming, and wish you well. And of course, we are looking for a final version. And have a nice day. And we will move forward with our topic.